Many people in Kellerland will be spending the weekend getting all that paperwork together ahead of Monday's income tax filing deadline. But while you've made a practice of filing electronically, there was a time when all that work was done with a pencil, an adding machine, and a stamp, of course. Perry Groten has been going through our news archives, and he joins us now with what he has found. Good afternoon, Perry. Subtract 9, carry the 1, stuff
there you
like
go.
that.
You got it. You got it. Well, you remember when it used to be that tax deadline day sent many filers rushing to the Sioux Falls post office on April 15th to make sure that their returns were in the mail before midnight. But by the late 1980s, technology advanced to a point where computers started making the chore quicker and easier. In the 1980s, tax procrastinators streamed into the lobby of the Sioux Falls post office to make sure they beat the filing deadline, some by just a matter of minutes.
Normally my taxes are filed well in advance, but for the past 3 years I've been late every year. If it hadn't been for the extension, I'd probably be in jail.
The post office had a special mail slot just for last-minute returns. You ran the risk of a late postmark by relying on the mailbox in your neighborhood.
So you want to make sure that you check the times on the collection boxes. If it's already been picked up, you better bring it down to the post office.
Sometimes the haste of getting the forms done at the last minute came with other problems.
Math errors, not double checking the arithmetic, getting or omitting something that will cause it to be rejected.
But technology emerged to offset human error. In 1987, computer programs started handling some of the paperwork.
It can find things like the earned income credit automatically and the credit for the elderly, and perform certain tests like that we don't even have to put into the computer. It'll just test for that automatically.
A clunky retro computer from nearly 40 years ago paved the way for the electronic filing of today, a time-saving advance that allowed taxpayers to avoid the frantic rush to the mailbox. Now, a computer program like that cost around $2,000 back in 1987. Now, it's estimated that about 40% of local accountants were using the program back then.
Thank you, Perry. With the April tax deadline arriving next week, the Internal Revenue Service has a variety of free tools and resources available if you need to do a last-minute filing. Now, from tax preparation, answers to tax law questions, refund tracking, tax law research to business topics, IRS.gov has everything needed for taxpayers to file on time or to get an automatic 6-month extension to file. The IRS estimates 19 million taxpayers will file for an automatic extension. The agency already received more than 100 million tax returns, with tens of millions more expected to be filed as the tax deadline approaches.
Coming up after